Hello everyone and welcome back to Distant Worlds. I did finish the first ship design because I had to, well, because I couldn't really save the game in mid-design. I had to save the design so I kind of finished it up. So let's check this out really fast. I'm trying to remember what I added at the end after I stopped. I think I took away some thrust vectors. I think I added some more proton thrusters. I added more shielding. I think that's all I really changed. So it's not maxed out at 300 because I want to try to keep the cost as low as possible because I was looking at the purchase and maintenance costs. I'm like, wow, this thing's kind of getting up there. So again, this thing is just meant to get in there, get very close, and take the damage with its high amount of shielding. And then I am going to have it leave when it's shielded at 20%, because it's going to have a lot of shields to soak damage, and then it can get the heck out of dodge. And it's still relatively fast, 25. I'll see how that works out. So this is going to be the Carack Mark 1. This is our escort. Just do save. Okay, and then we're going to have to do another design. So in fact, maybe I should just take care of all designs now. Maybe. Okay, so this will be our frigate. Now what do I want my frigate to do? Because then we have our destroyer. Probably should have thought about this before I started, huh? Maybe we'll have fighter bay frigates. So like small carriers. Small fast carriers. But do they need to be fast? No. I think if I'm going to build them like carriers, then I'll stick weapons on them, but I'm going to stick the maximum range weapons we have, which is probably going to be the missiles. Range is 520. An ion cannon is only 260. I don't think we'll need basic proximity rays on our carriers. Okay, so yeah, it's going to be concussion missiles for right now. Alright, so we're going to need a command center. That's a given. We're going to need probably at least 2 HAT modules, so 2 life supports. Okay. And then we're going to need a standard fighter bay. You know, I may also put assault pods on... I may redesign the carack and have assault pods since they're going to be so close anyway. I'll think about that. Oh wait, Epsilon torpedo. That's 300. Okay. Missiles are 50% less effective against armor. Maybe I should go with the torpedoes. They use so much more energy, and they're a lot slower, though. Now we use concussion missiles. Okay, so we're going to need some shielding, but not too much, because I need these things to stay in the back. So against stronger opponents, I want to stand off, and weaker opponents, stand off. I think stand off means you stay at maximum range. I think. I hope. Please let that be the case. And... maybe we'll even bump this up to 50% because it's going to have less shieldings, and I don't want shielding, not shieldings. So I'm going to say flee when shields are at 50%. We're going to need a hyperdrive. We're going to need the reactor. We're going to need thrust, proton. Okay. Fuel cell. I don't think I need cargo bay. Do we need a docking bay? I mean, we have fighters. But I don't know if the fighter bay just kind of automatically has that. I'm not exactly sure what docking bay like is needed for. Show component guide? No, that's not what I need. I need it on the docking bay. Oh, so it's going to show it from here. Okay, okay. So we need to put that in there, and so now we will see the docking bay. Okay. So what is a docking bay? Enable a ship to dock and transfer cargo or refuel. Higher docking technology levels provide a greater cargo or fuel throughput, allowing ships to complete cargo transfer or refueling faster. So we would need a docking bay to have like a support ship that goes out and refuels? Because we can refuel without docking bays. I'll leave that off. So get rid of that. Alright, what else do we need? Must have weapons and must have a name. So I'm going to do concussion missiles. Oh, you know what? What's the range of a fighter, though? That's kind of important. Like, what if the fighters are programmed to stay, like, really close to their carrier? I hope that's not the case, because then I'd have to change this design, but... Okay, well... Let's get another bay, so then we'll have another... I'm just trying to see how many fighters we can have per ship here. We're going to need the concussion missile. I think the energy collector is the thing that lowers the amount of energy used when you're just kind of flying around a solar system. Let's double check. Collects energy from a nearby star. Energy collectors must be stationary to collect energy. Thus, they are typically used on immobile bases. The closer to the star the base is located, the more energy will be collected. Bases or ships outside a system are too far away to collect any energy. Thus, energy collectors are useless in deep space. I still think that's kind of important, but I don't know for sure, so we'll just take that out. Alright, and we should have some kind of armor on this thing in case the shields are breached. So I'm just going to do the standard of 10. Bringing us up to 249, and still kind of cheap though, because we only have one concussion missile. I would also like a countermeasure, but we don't have that technology yet. Like some kind of weapon that shoots down missiles. I'm assuming that's the proximity defense. I think that also shoots down enemy fighters as well. Alright, so we have 3 fighter bays. So we'll have a total of 12 fighters on each vessel. I don't know exactly how good fighters are, but I'm going to definitely need more speed. Our cruise is 2. I don't really care about the turn rate, so I don't really need the thrust vectors, but I will need... what are they? The proton thruster. Oh, whoops. Proton thruster. Oh, but then we'll need more HAB modules. And then need more life support. Okay. I guess I will give this a try. So yeah, these are just strictly carriers the way that I have them built right now. With the 1 concussion missile. Or do I drop a fighter bay? I think I should drop the fighter bay and add some more missiles. How much energy do we have? We have 42. We only require 7 to fire all of our weapons. So let's... Yeah, let's add more missiles here. So what if we do 4, and then we take away... We may have to do 3 missiles, because then... Yeah. So we'll take away one of these, and then we'll take away a concussion, which drops the need for an additional HAB and life support, which will make us cheaper. The speed is okay for a carrier, I think. But now it only have 2 fighter bays, and slightly more in the terms of firepower, and enough energy output bonus to cover the weapons, the energy that the weapons will use. So I'm going to go with this. And I have just a list of kind of generic names that I thought of before this. So I'm just going to call this the Jovi Mark I. And this is going to be our carrier. And it's saying that we don't really have high sources of silicon or carbon fiber. So I'm going to need to, after all this is done, I'm going to need to locate more sources of those 2 so we can build all of these ships. I'm going to save. So right now we have our carack, which is the close range tank. I think I want to turn these on manual. I hope I want to turn these on manual. And I think I'm also going to make all other designs obsolete. If I can do that from here. Oh, I can just delete them. Oh, but they're in use, so I can't delete them. Okay. Well, that's okay. That's okay. Okay, so we also have our carrier. Now let's do another new ship, and we'll make this... I was told that it doesn't really matter what these are. You can have a super powerful ship that's just labeled as an escort. These are just generic kind of terms, so it doesn't really matter what I make these ships, but it does change the design of the actual look here. Which I can actually just kind of go through. Oh, you know what? I should probably change the design. Some of these are actually cooler. Yeah, that'll be our destroyer. Alright, so this is just going to be our heavy-duty damage dealer. So it's not going to be in the front line, but I still want it to have armor. We're still going to need the basics of command center. I'll put a basic proximity array on these. I'll put... Oh, that's right. I wanted to put assault pods on the other ones. Maybe I'll put them on these two, but I'm not sure. These are just going to be our basic kind of all-around ships. We're going to need... I'll start with just 2 right now. We're going to do... Energy collector? I'll go with the Epsilon torpedoes. Just kind of load it up with these. So I'm going to require a lot of energy too. So let's see. Let's get a reactor. Currently we need 62 energy. We have a bonus of 57, so that's not going to work. So I'm going to need at least 2 reactors on this thing. I'm going to need 2 HAB modules so far. Probably going to need 3. I'll just put 3 on there. We're going to need engines, of course. Fuel cell. Did I put any fuel cells on the last ship? I hope I did. Let's drop those. Okay. I think I'm going to need more of the thrust. Or the speed. So, proton thruster. Jeez. 8 proton thrusters. This thing is still just barely moving. Hyperdrive. Oh, you know, I don't know if I put a hyperdrive on my other design. I'm going to have to look back in that. Whoops. So right now I can go 3.68 sectors. I think that's what the fuel cells give. Yeah. So we don't need to go too far yet. I'll just keep it at 3 fuel cells. We're at 267. We need another HAB and life support. And all we have is just a bunch of torpedoes. We have enough excess energy. So now I think we just put even more torpedoes? Maybe just put some blasters on it? Maybe a little more shields. Stronger opponents stand off, weaker opponents all weapons. That seems fine to me. We have 20 left. Crews of 16. Okay, so yeah, how much do the Maxos blasters do? 5 damage, 190 range. The Epsilon torpedoes are 300 range. That's fine. So 300 perfect, and we still have enough energy access to cover all the weapons firing at once. This thing is 86 firepower. Our carack, the small guys, the escorts, are 20, I believe, to just kind of compare. Design must have a name. Consider adding troop module. No, don't need a troop module on this. Alright, so this will be the Thanos Mark 1. And let's save that. And go back into here. Okay, I do have a hyperdrive. Ooh, okay. And then check this one. Okay, good. And it can go 3.55 sectors. Did I put a lot of fuel cells on this thing? I did not. So we need to change that right now. Standard fuel cell. Oh, but then that... I'm going to I need to take something out. I'm thinking it's going to be a missile. In fact... what if I just take them all out? And then put just like a Maxos blaster. No, because I don't want the AI on this thing to even get that close. No. Okay, no. We'll go with the missile again. Maybe I just won't put that mini on. And right now I can only do 2 sectors. I'm going to need that to up that a little bit. That seems okay. And can I slap another shielding on it? No. Okay. I think this is what we'll go with. Save. Alright, so damage dealer, front line, midline, backline is how this is set up right now. And then I kind of want to design specialty ships, like ion-based ships, to disable enemy systems. So I think I want to do that right now. So I'm going to. And we'll just label this as a ion frigate. And for the image, I think that's one we use for our destroyer. Or maybe that was the one. I think that's the one I used. There's so many images in here. Good gosh, that's so cool. I didn't even realize. What the heck? I remember these images from Star Sector. No way. Which, of course, I think this is based off of, I mean, I saw these exact images in the game Star Sector, but these are based off of, Homeworld? Is that where these designs come from? I think it is. Wow. That is crazy. Yeah, look, yeah, I've played around with all of these. That is nuts. Oh, that's so cool. I'm about to change the design for everything. Oh, man. Okay, well, anyway, let me calm down here and pick a ship to be an ion. We have so many choices. Let's go with this thing. Awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna want all the basics. I kind of wish there was just like a button that says, here's the basics that you need. But I don't think there's a button like that. Command Center. And as I said, I think I mentioned in the last episode, this entire episode here is probably going to be based on designing stuff. Because it needs to be done. And I thought some people may get a kick out of it. I could have done this without recording, but I figured someone would appreciate this. And also, I kind of want to show my design so people can critique and be like, no, you don't really need that. You don't need that. You could use this. Life support. Okay, so that's a thrust vector. Proton thruster, the hyperdrive. Fuel storage cell, yeah. Standard fuel cell. Just put 3 of those right now. Okay, so all we need is weapons. So ion cannon. Disabling power of 20, 260 range. So that's pretty high range. So this is another ship that we probably don't need too much in the terms of defense. But the thing is, we're going to always need to pair these things with some kind of an actual ship that does damage, because I don't think disabling power is going to transfer to, hey, this also damages the ship. I don't think it works that way. So let's put some ion cannons on this. And that's all this is going to be. I'm going to probably have a lot of designs, and my designs are only going to work when they're basically in a fleet together. Because all of these ships are going to kind of need each other. At least the way that I'm building and the way that my idea is in my head. Okay, so we need another HAB module, we need another life support. We're going to need more energy because these things take up so much. We're currently at 73, so I'm going to need another reactor. I'm going to need these, what's it called, standard armor. Standard armor. I guess I could just do these times 5. Okay. So, we currently have all the basics. This thing is only going at a speed of 3. Okay. So, I'm kind of keeping all of my ships besides the ones that get up close at a speed of 15, and I hope that's okay. Alright, so it's telling us we need another HAB module, more life support. Okay. Now, what else do I really need more than this? Each one is shooting at 20 disabling damage. Stronger opponents stand off, weaker opponents. Yep. That's fine, that's fine. I'm trying to think if I need anything else. So I just pump more ion cannons in this thing? So it's just really that good at taking out ships? And since this is... I could also make this like an ion cannon / missile or torpedo. But then I would need another reactor. This thing's going to cost a lot of money. How about if we take these off? And just in case something does get close, maybe I should just put a couple Maxos blasters on there too. But not... Oh, that's going to be too much. The energy. I don't want to put another reactor on here. Well, the railguns do not use that much. I'm going to say standoff even against weaker opponents. But just in case somebody gets close, I want to have a couple railguns. Oh, I can only have 2 of these, though. You know what? Maybe I should just say screw it. Or do I just add another? I mean, because right now it's a pretty cheap ship. And I'm not going to have a ton of these. I'm only going to need maybe a couple in each fleet that I make. So I don't need it to be super strong. Just do its job. This may be a totally bad idea. I have no idea. I think I'm just going to go with this. I don't need it to have a high turn rate. I don't need it to go super fast. And just stand off. 4 ion cannons. Let's hope this is good. Alright, so this will be called the Fallen Mark 1. And I will save. Alright, so we have our ion frigates. And now I'm going to go back and actually change the images of some of these. Because I had no idea that we could do that. Or that there were so many choices. So where's those blue ships? I think these are supposed to be Higarans. Is the blue. Now this is a totally different design. Got so many ships designs in here. And they all look so cool. I was also told that the ships that are default to this faction are from EVE Online. It's a game I never really played. So I had no idea. Here we go. Okay, so we'll make this guy look like... Oh, no, don't save now. I'm in mid-design here. Sure, you know, fine. The game has chosen. It wants that to be this thing, so that's okay with me. Is it? Yeah, that's okay with me. Should I add more railguns to this thing? No, I'm just kind of looking at it. Oh, I was thinking about adding assault pods. That's what I was thinking about doing. Right. Can I do that? They're only size 8. And I can have 2 of them on here before I need to put another HAB and life support. Let's give it a try. Why not? These things are going to be up close anyway. Sure. Save. Let's give it a shot. And let's see, this is the carrier? This is the carrier. So I think this ship right here is an actual... No, that's a missile frigate. Never mind. I think this is a kind of a mini carrier. So we'll go with that. It's just bringing back memories looking at these pictures of all of the videos I made with Star Sector. That's another cool game I need to go back to at some point. So save. Tanos can stay as it is. Okay, and then I was also suggested that I redesign the bases. Oh boy. Okay, so let's do that. Actually, let's do the... Where's the mining bases? Would that be private? Okay. Can I edit these? I can't edit these. I'll need to do a copy as new. Okay. Alright, so this thing has 335. What's the max size of these things? I don't even remember. 900 when not at a colony. Wow, okay. So, copy as new, and... Okay, let's do this then. We'll put... Well, heck, I think I'll put, like, fighter bays on... on these mining stations. Well, that may be silly. I don't know. That may be silly. We can definitely put more shielding on. I'm about to just go crazy. We'll add 2 more of those. And... Ooh. This thing only has 2 railguns. It does not need railguns. We need range, and these are like the shortest range weapons out of all of them. So I'm thinking we put some torpedoes. And we'll get another reactor. Fission reactor, there we go. So we have some torpedoes, we have some more shields. Armor, we only have 2. Dude. Let's pump that up to, well, you know, let's just do 10. I can't get too crazy. Cause, I mean, then all of our basic gas stations are just gonna cost an arm and a leg, I guess. But I don't know, I saw how much room we have to play with here, and I'm like, oh, we could add all of these things, but this is just a gas mining station. Maybe the Epsilon torpedoes is a bit much. I'll put a couple Maxos blasters on it. Because in reality, we're going to want our ships to defend these things. I just need these things to last long enough for our ships to get there. So we'll add more shielding to it. Bring it up to 700. I think it was at 200 before. You have a couple blasters so it can hopefully fend off at least like a single pirate ship so I don't have to worry about it. Yeah, I don't need this thing to be a military base. I kind of want it to be, but I don't need that. Okay, so let's just save. And then I will... Does it mean that it's going to now take this design over this one? So I want this one gone. But I can't because it's in use. Can I mark it as obsolete? Okay, cool. Alright, so that's done. Now what I can really have a lot of fun with, though, is going to be our state bases. Yeah, let's do one of these. Okay. Small spaceport. Copy as new. Let me also change the design of our small spaceport. Something looks a little cooler. Nah, I'll worry about that later. Let me just get the designs first. Alright, so this thing comes with a bunch of concussion missiles and a lot of railguns. Again, railguns are... I mean, we can be outranged by railguns, so I don't think that's a smart choice to be on a mobile station. So I'm going to take away all of these. Concussion missiles are okay, because they have such a long range. I'm going to put some Maxos blasters on this. Or ion cannon. No. 10 of those. Let's add some shields to this place. Yeah. Okay. What else? Standard armor? What's the armor on this thing? Armor is 150. Let's pump it up to 20. We'll need more HAB modules. Life support. Alright, that's a little bit more beefy. Now it costs 10,000. Oh boy. But it's important. We're not going to have a ton of these things, and they need to be able to fight for themselves. So, you know, let's do it. I'll save it for now, and I'll change the icon later. Let's see. We also need to do medium space. Oh, jeez, medium spaceport. Okay. So I need to do copy as new. Oh boy. Okay. Well, this thing is already at 1600. How big can these things be? Can they just be like as big as I want them to be? Like, let me add something here. Yeah, we would get a message if it was too big to build. Again with the railguns. So we want... Oh, whoops, whoops. There we go. No. Not salt pods. Concussion missiles back. There we go. And then the Makos blasters, we'll do boom, boom, boom. We'll do 15 to 20. Let's get crazy. Do 20. We'll add another ion cannon to this thing. Why not? It has 2200 in shields. Let's raise that up to 2500. Armor rating. That seems okay to me. Okay. I kind of want to keep going up until it asks for at least another HAB module. Oh, we need another fission reactor if we want all these. There we go. Okay. Well, let's take off one. Give us a little bit more leeway between our access and how much we use with the weapons. Okay. Let's save this. Boom. Oh boy. Okay, so this thing comes with 2 ion cannons. Again with the railguns. Yep. Alright, so 30 railguns. Let's change that for 30 Maxos blasters. 40 Maxos blasters. Why not? We're going to need some more fission reactors. Let's do another one. And let's do another ion cannon. We'll do more shielding. Bring this thing up to 4,000. Heck yeah. Have module. Life support. It's going to be a beast. An utter beast. That costs so much money. It's going to be worth it. I hope. Maybe just more missiles on it, I guess? Or torpedoes. What were this thing's called? Epsilon torpedo. Okay. Alright, that's what I'll do with this one. Boom. Manual. Okay, so we've designed some bases, we've designed some ships, and honestly there's even more designs I want to do, but that's been... How long have I been doing this anyway? I wasn't keeping track at the time. I think I'll call that an episode here. I'm going to go back and change the icons for these bases, now that I know that there's so many cool ones out there. And I may even do a couple more designs of kind of like specialty ships. Maybe, what would I do? A specific like assault pod ship that's just well, I don't know. I'll think about it. But anyway, I hope this episode wasn't too boring. But that's why I did try to warn you that it was going to be all about designs, no actual game. Like, we haven't even unpaused the game yet. But I'll unpause it in the next episode after I do a few more designs and mess around a little bit more. So hope you enjoyed. Again, leave me your critiques on the bottom or in the comment section below. And thanks, as always, in advance for those. And I will see you all next time. Take care.